Hello, and welcome to the 33rd episode of the Fourshade Studios podcast. I am here with Devin and Brock. I am Blake.
Hi.
Long time no see. It's been a little while since we did one of these. But that just means we have more to talk about today. So,
Get ready for 4 hours.
Right.
Hell yeah.
We're taking everything that we didn't talk about for the last month, and we're going to compile it all into one. We're doing a 24-hour live stream.
Nintendo vomit. Let's go.
All right, so Animal Crossing is our first topic. Lots of events happen in May.
But really not much to say about them.
Honestly, that's how I kind of feel too.
So the first thing we have is the museum stamp day.
Yeah.
Which was fun, I guess. The first time you do it, you just go to the little exhibitions. You can go to the bug, fossil, or fish exhibitions, and you find 3 little stamp kiosks or whatever. Collect the stamp from that station, and then once you've found all the stamps for each exhibit, you then go to Blathers and turn them in for prizes. But wah, the prizes suck, and I just sold mine.
You sold yours?
Well, I got the first ones I got. After that, I just did it again to sell it for money. But they're just
I
plaques.
didn't know that you could get them again.
Yeah, you can do...
Do they sell for a lot?
I don't know. I sold them with like a bunch of fruit and stuff, so... But you get the same... You can do the stamp collecting multiple times over the course of however long this ends up going. I don't remember the end date.
It was like a week or something?
Something. But you get the same lame prizes, which are just plaques that look like the...
It's like a fish plaque,
Yeah,
a bug
they look
plaque,
like
a fossil plaque.
the signage
Happy Home.
for each exhibit. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
they
your
look like
home.
Happy Home, pretty much.
Yeah. So, honestly, not great. And after you're done, you have to listen to Blathers give a spiel about it every time you talk to him.
Yeah.
And I don't care.
Typical Blathers.
Typical Blathers, blathering
No.
on.
The bad thing isn't that he gives a spiel about it. It's that it's the first thing he always says to you, and then it kicks you out of the conversation.
Yeah.
So every day I have to go turn in fossils. I have to listen to it, get kicked out, and then talk to him again, which makes no sense.
Right.
Because I still haven't done it.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Ugh.
Well, and that's the thing, like,
I thought,
don't the stamps change location every day?
Yeah, but there's really limited places they could even be.
Yeah. There's like 3 little boxes in each exhibit, and then I guess they rotate locations, which is at least something, but really not.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of nice that they give you little tidbits of information about the specific, like, display they're in front of.
Yeah.
However, I wish there was more. Like, this is supposed to be a commemorative thing. But, like, for example, there'll be, a stamp collecting kiosk over by the headwaters in the aquarium. It'll be like, wow, did you know that different fish live in the same river in different parts of the river? And that's it. Like, I want more information. Of course, we could always get this from Blathers himself if you turn in
That type of fish or
that
something.
type of fish. But I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
I need there to be a reward to go along with it.
Well, okay, my whole thing is, like, I thought it was going to be one over multiple days, which this is, but I thought you were going to get, like, a stamp book,
Yeah.
and then it was going to be, like, Monday stamps. You're going to go to all these different things,
Yeah.
and then it's going to be, like, Tuesday stamps, and it's going to be, like, this reoccurring thing, which I don't know, I'm kind of torn on whether that's a good idea or a bad idea.
I think it would be a great idea, and I feel like the prize system almost should have worked kind of similarly to, like, the fishing competition or something like that, where you get different prizes every day.
Oh, yeah. I do think there should be different prizes, but,
Like, the plaques are so lame for, like, the coolest part of the game.
like, they could have put, like, 3 boxes or something, like, like the first day could have in the bug exhibit could have been like all the bugs that are beetles or something, and then you get like a beetle themed item,
Yeah.
and then like all the other day like the next day could have been like all butterflies. You get like a butterfly themed item or something. Same for fish.
I
Same for
feel like what
fossils,
you're
I don't know.
though you gotta realize you're talking about Museum Day, which is
Yeah.
not a real holiday in any part of the world. They're not going to put any effort into this. So,
True.
while I like your idea, that's a lot of work. So, I
But
think
it's for the museum.
you're being
That's
unreasonable.
hard.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it would have made it more satisfying, and I think it would have gone over better. But
But you're also right. Like,
I'll write into my local Nintendo rep and complain.
I have to write a letter to Reggie, telling him that things have really gone downhill since his absence.
I'll
at
have to hand
Nintendo.
deliver a letter to Reggie.
We need to go to the Washington Nintendo headquarters.
That's right. Okay, so yeah, that was a thing. It was, yeah, not great.
Can I take a slight detour for just a second? Kind of related, but not.
So not related at all.
Well, you said something about Beatles.
Okay.
I found my favorite.
They're a good band.
Yeah.
That's true. Although,
Spelled differently.
yeah. Okay, so I found my favorite DIY furniture recipe in the
And
game.
what is it?
It's the golden dung beetle.
Oh yeah.
It's so fun. Brock, have you seen it?
Yeah, you showed him. I remember.
Yeah, so it's just this statue that you can make of a golden dung beetle, and above its head, it holds like a trophy,
Here's the
a ball
dung.
of poop. And it's so amazing. And I got enough gold today to make it.
Well, that's the
so.
thing, like that, and that's kind of like what I'm talking about. Like that's what I expected the
Yeah.
prizes to be.
Or,
Like,
like-
oh, here's the Beatles. Like,
Yeah.
you're a little statuette
Like
of a
little
beetle.
golden statuette. Like I have a golden arowana statue, and I think that would have been a great.
Yeah, for the fish or
Yeah.
something.
I think really your gripes come down to the fact that hangable wall objects kind of by default suck in this game.
Yeah, they do.
Because
Yeah.
you can only put them on the wall in your house,
Yeah.
whereas any other type of object you can put anywhere.
Yeah,
Right.
Which
and that's the thing.
I've found that to
honestly,
be
It's like honestly, it's just whenever I see those, I'm like instantly disappointed.
Yeah. I mean, I have a few that I like. Like I like my macrame wall hanging or whatever it's called, tapestry.
Oh yeah.
There's some cool clocks, I guess. I don't know. Most of them do suck though.
yeah, they need more places to hang them. If I could hang things on the side of cliffs, man, I'd be creative
Ooh,
with
that's
those.
cool. That's a good idea.
Or like on the outside of buildings somehow. I don't know.
Or that.
That'd be cool to like
But
have like tapestries that you could hang on the side of cliffs and like turn it into like some, I don't know,
I don't know, like a museum or something.
to make it look like a building.
you could just do something with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But alas,
Maybe that's
maybe something else will be better.
Yeah, maybe in the 2.0 update they'll add that or something. So May Day happened. These were islands you could go to.
No. Islands. It's just island.
Well, that's what I didn't know. I didn't
Just
know
one.
if everyone had the same island or it had different formats.
I think it was the same.
Regardless, it was
I'm
like
pretty sure everyone had the same.
it was like basically like a maze, but you had to use. You didn't have any tools. It stripped you of all items before you went,
Right.
and I thought the concept was kind of neat. I kind of liked it.
Yeah. But you only do it for one day.
Yeah, that was
And that's
that was
it.
my con. It was only doable once. So you basically are trying to get through this maze, and eventually talk to Rover from all the other Animal Crossing games. But yeah, you start with nothing. You have to craft all your tools as you go. Cutting down trees, digging up trees, digging up stumps, breaking rocks, jumping over pits, all sorts of things to try to make it to the end.
And at the end, Rover gives you a suitcase, which a lot of people have been complaining that they don't really know what to do with it. I
I thought
put
it was
it.
cool.
I put it in my sunroom. It has some nice stickers on it. And you also get bell vouchers, which you get more of them if you like really plan it out and can get to the one like tricky spot that you see
Yeah.
close to the beginning.
If you do the maze more efficiently, you'd basically be left with more apples at the end, which you could then use to get these bell vouchers that were kind of hidden away.
Right. Which you did not get, but I did.
Right.
Dummy.
And that's what I couldn't. I couldn't. I
I
was
did like that.
Well, that was the thing. I was like, after I didn't get them, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna figure out how to do it right and then get them. But it's like, nope, you can't. One and done.
Yeah. Actually realizing that it was possible not to get them because you told me that made it a lot better for me. Like,
Yeah.
I liked that it was I guess easy if you just wanted to finish it, but if you did want to get all the extra stuff, there were ways to mess it up, which
Right. Well, that's what I figured
made
out.
me feel like it was
halfway
more of a
through.
challenge. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But I don't know. I thought people may not like the gift, but I thought it was fitting. Like a little suitcase with all these places that he's been. It fits the character, and I think it fits the game well.
Right.
Yeah, it's unique and not like something else you can get in the game. And I think that's kind of what people are looking for holiday items.
That's yeah.
Unless they look like balloon animals and are given to you by a guy in a zip up bunny suit, in which case everybody hates them anyway.
Exactly. Yes.
Woo.
So then there was Earth Day. We had some stuff added to the game for that. Bushes and hedges and all sorts of things.
Really just bushes and hedges.
Yeah, those are the big things. But
and flowers, I guess.
I mean, I feel like they seem so big just because they weren't there before,
Yeah.
and they're just kind of like a welcome addition.
Yeah. And I think that's probably the most worth it thing on our list currently right now for Animal Crossing stuff.
For May.
Yeah, for May.
Yeah.
And I guess what I didn't expect is I thought Leaf was going away after like this specific May event.
Oh, like window.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's just like May was just when he was introduced, and he's just gonna be
Yeah.
like any other NPC.
I just hope that he gets his own store if we buy enough from him. And I hope he sells houseplants like he did in New Leaf.
Yeah.
Because he would sell you, like, furniture items that were or plant related.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know what they'll end up doing. I think it depends on what they end up doing with shop upgrades. If there's going to continue to be more.
Yeah. I think the thing for me with Leaf is just, like, he kind of runs out of uses really quick. Because you can get all the flowers, all the bushes, like, pretty fast. And then after that, you don't really have a use for him anymore.
Well, I mean, if you're working on a place in your island and you want to redo it and you don't have bushes, like, don't you have to wait for him to be there on the island?
I suppose.
That's how I took it. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of I guess the other people that come to the town square usually have at least something to check every time. So Leaf could use like more rotating stock or something.
Yeah.
At the same time, like there will be at some point where I'm not going to have hedges stocked away and have to wait for them, and that kind of
Right.
justifies them in my mind.
Yeah. And that's what I was thinking. Just eventually when you decide to renovate something and you don't have all these bushes in a stockpile,
Yeah.
you have to wait for them.
I know you're going to be over there bitter, and when you next see Leaf, every time you're going to go, God, that freaking sloth. I
know.
wanted
Why are
Celeste.
Why is he here?
I wanted that British skunk guy, whatever his name is.
What is his name?
Kicks.
Kicks.
Yeah. I like Kicks.
So this update also introduced Red, traveling art salesman. He works the same way that he has in all the other games. Buy art from him. Some of the art is phony. It's forged or however it's fake.
Yeah.
Um,
He also sells items, like just furniture items on his boat.
yeah, which is kind of strange.
Yeah.
So that's how you can fill up the new addition to the museum, the art gallery portion. You can buy art from him. Hopefully, buy the real versions of the art. They have all of them have little tells that let you know if it's fake or not. They're all based off real world art. So if it does not match the real world art, then it is fake. If it matches, then it's real and it should go to the museum.
And most of the time, it seems like only one of them is real. However, the first time he came to our island and was selling stuff on his ship, so after the initial introduction of him, we had two that
Yeah,
were real.
we had two real ones, which I thought was strange.
Yeah. How often has he come to your island, Brock?
I've seen him one more time since the introduction, I think.
Yeah.
On the ship.
And
How many times did he be on the ship?
just once.
Okay.
And I bought a painting from him that I looked after I bought it, and it's always real. So I
Yeah.
presume there were other paintings that he was carrying that were also real. Unless I happened to get lucky.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it's hard to say because we checked all of them. He's been on the ship twice at our island, and I think we checked all of them.
He's actually
each
been here
time.
3 times. He was
Oh,
here,
3 times.
He was here 2 days ago, but he was selling the real version of something we already had.
That's no good.
Yep. So I gave it to a friend.
Nice. So yeah, I don't know if there's anything to that. I don't know if there's some formula on how many pieces of art are real, or if it's just random. Who knows?
Yeah.
I assume
What I
at least
do
one
appreciate-
piece has to be real each time.
Yeah. And what I do appreciate is the investigate further option on the
Yes.
painting, so you can
Yes.
actually look at them and, like, obviously there's some I'm not going to be able to tell if it's real or fake because I just don't know the original one, but at least with, like, the Mona Lisa, I was able to use the investigate thing, and it was pretty clear to me that it was the
Right.
fake one,
Yeah.
which I like, because if I recall, at least in the original Animal Crossing, you couldn't zoom in or anything, so it was basically a crapshoot whether it was real or fake anyway.
Right.
I
Yeah.
think.
Even up until New Leaf, I know it was really hard to tell
Yeah.
because you couldn't zoom in, and I like how when you inspect it too, it like kind of moves the camera, zooms in, and then puts the kind of light drop down on it, so it's well lit. It's not in his like
Dingy.
dark ship.
Yeah.
Because at
Right.
first I thought that was gonna be, I thought they did that like strategically. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of is. It fits like his theme. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna sell this underground art like in the dark, so hopefully nobody knows it's fake.
Yeah.
But I don't know. His whole thing is kind of cool. I just wish he came more often.
Yeah. It's gonna be a really slow build out of the art museum. Because
I-
there's a lot of spots in there, and he doesn't come very often. At all.
I almost think that if you go an entire year, you can get all the fish and bugs way before you're ever gonna be able to get
Oh yeah.
the art.
Yeah.
That's my guess, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And actually, the way that this is kind of working out, whereas everyone's pretty much finished the fossils by now, where you have like less than 5 left if you've been getting them every
Yeah,
day.
we just finished ours. Did we tell you that?
No, you didn't. I knew you had like 2 left last time I
Yeah.
checked.
Yeah.
We got it.
finished it this week.
I was in the other room and Devin was like, "We got the last fossil."
It's
And
like, come
I
quick.
was like, "Don't
Nice.
do the dialogue yet. I want to read the dialogue." And it was like honestly nothing.
Yeah.
Like nothing special
You
happened.
don't get
Like,
Yeah.
I was like,
Okay.
"Oh, come on."
Yeah.
He gives you another black for the stamp rally.
Yeah, like the exact same thing or something. I just feel like, "Oh, of course, typical."
And then like you said, the fish and the bugs, of course, are all year things, but
Right.
those are only things you're going to complete in a year. I think if you actually play the game and try and get them, which
Right.
I'm not. I've already missed multiple because that's not my thing.
Right.
But and then the paintings. Even if you play this game every day for the entire year, like you said, I don't think you're going to get them all. So you've
Yeah.
got like 3 different timelines for all of the museum stuff,
Right.
and I think it is well thought out to like extend the life of things to keep
Yeah.
something going.
For sure. Because I mean, like, how many art pieces do you think there are total?
Oh my gosh. Probably like
50?
something.
Less than that?
Yeah. 40,
I
50.
I said 40 in my mind. Yeah.
So like, I mean, Red's been to our island 3 times. He's been to yours twice, or once. You said. Let's
But
just,
I'm not playing every day anymore.
Yeah.
So
Let's just say 2, just to make things conservative.
Right.
So he came 2 times in the month of May. Let's say he comes 2 times every month. So an entire year from now, he may have come 24 times. Which
That's not.
you may get duplicates. You may get, you may not get the art you want to get. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a long time.
Yeah,
Is what I'm trying to say.
right. That's the completionists, Animal Crossing completionist challenge, to get all the paintings,
Yeah.
not for the newbie players.
And I think that's kind of good though, because it kind of fosters people trading art and stuff, which
Yeah.
if you don't consider that like cheating or anything, then I think that's a good way to socialize with people in the community.
Yeah, because that's what I did. Because the last time Red was here, it was a duplicate of the scary painting.
Yeah.
So I just traded it with a friend. So,
Yep.
I don't know.
Nice.
So yeah, Red. Check for Red. Don't want to miss out on any art because it seems like he doesn't appear very often. It's now Gemini season as far as constellations and things go. You can get a Gemini dresser, so be looking for that. Just about every month, the astrological sign furniture stuff changes, so if you want to stay current on that, definitely do that.
I'm a little worried for ours because when Brock was. When you were here, we had a meteor shower, and I feel like a meteor shower happens once a month.
Yeah.
And I'm worried that it happened when Brock was here and it had just turned Gemini season and we missed it.
Well, we'll just have to keep checking.
I know.
I mean, what is it? Basically until the end of June, roughly?
Like mid-June, I think.
May 21st to June 21st.
Okay.
So who knows? But again, it's just one of those timely things. If you miss it, you miss it. Just like
Yeah.
bugs and fish. So
If you got any extra Gemini pieces, hit a girl up.
that's one of the things that I feel like
Yeah,
is kind of hard to like time travel and get, because it
Yeah.
has to be specifically. You don't know if you time travel if it's going to be a constellation day.
Right.
Or even if you time travel, you can be completely ignorant of whatever tell there is for shooting stars. Because
Yep.
I still have only seen one shooting star or meteor shower.
Is it because you
So-
is it because you heard the noise, or is it because you saw the star?
No, it's because I saw it.
Yeah.
I still have no idea what the noise sounds like, and I haven't heard it while playing.
Yeah, it's like twinkling or chiming, or it's
Right.
it honestly took me a while to hear, but
And sometimes you still don't. Like, I'll be like, Blake, you're missing.
I don't know how
Shooting
it's
stars.
hard to hear, kind of.
It is. And it's also difficult because
Wh-
you have to make sure your tools are put away
Yeah,
before
and
you look
up into the sky.
Yeah. But usually Isabel will just, like, notify you if there's a meteor shower, like, the first time you log on. That's what's happened with us. She's like, there's shooting stars tonight. Be on the lookout.
Yeah,
Huh.
it'll be like It'll be your little announcement at the beginning of the day.
Mhm.
Yeah, I definitely haven't gotten that. And the whole not recognizing the twinkling is annoying to me because I feel like I complained about this before. I feel like I recognize the balloon noise like instantly,
Oh,
and that's
Yeah.
why I get 70,000 balloons.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
Um, so coming up, I think that's really all that goes for May events. Coming up in June, they showed in a trailer that it's going to be wedding season.
Yeah.
Some villagers are going to be looking to get married. In the trailer, they showed off the two alpaca from um, New Leaf, I think they were introduced. I can't remember their names, the pink and the blue alpaca, and they were getting married.
It's like Cyrus and someone else.
Yeah, so you go to the island where you can take pictures of your villagers, and I think he's gonna request certain items or certain something that you have to retrieve, and you go and take items to take pictures with these people,
Yeah.
and then who knows, rewards. I really don't know what's gonna happen with
I
it.
don't know,
It may
cause
just be a
like
fun thing to do.
I didn't get any rewards for taking pictures of that island anyway, which is weird. Of course, I haven't really noodled around with it very much, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't really been there.
As far as I can tell, I think
Yeah.
that island's just as like a kind of like a dollhouse, like
Yeah.
place to take pictures of things, move it around.
Right.
I think with this, you'll get something, but I just don't know what.
Right.
Maybe some recipes. I don't know.
Maybe the recycling shop where you can buy
Their-
other people's furniture.
Their shop that they had in New Leaf.
Yeah. Probably what
I mean, it's
happened.
possible at some point. Who
But
knows?
I really did like them. I liked their characters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of characters, this is also a little off topic, but finally got rid of one of our gross characters today. Favorite?
Got rid of. Gosh.
Yeah. We just murdered him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Took him out.
Yeah. It was Jay, the little bluebird.
Yeah.
we're
One of
now-
our original.
What? He was cool.
He was our
He was
original
the
villager.
worst.
He was the very first person I placed a house for.
Our original villagers are gone. Mira, gone. Jay, get out of here. Now we have Kyle moving in, who's a smug wolf character that looks like an African painted dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Think about that.
Screw
Okay.
Jay. Kyle's better.
And speaking of villagers moving out, they data mined a formula that actually tells all kinds of stuff about anything you'd want to know about villagers moving out. It gets kind of complicated.
I don't want to know this. Do I need to take off my headphones?
No, I don't really want to describe it because it's gonna be, it's already complicated as is, and I'm not gonna do it justice. But it is out there. So if you want to look at the formula for villagers moving out, go check that out.
See, I prefer to have Animal Crossing add onto my crippling depression and think that not only do real people hate me, but fake animals hate me.
All right. Okay.
Also, that was a joke.
No one got that. That was a joke. Well, I think that rounds up Animal Crossing talk. Anything else that pops into your guys' head?
I think we need to keep talking for another maybe 50 seconds about it to hit 30 minutes of Animal Crossing talk.
Oh, okay. Then we're gonna do our ad read.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you still playing every day? I want to make that clear because I've dropped
I'm
off.
not.
I'm now like every other day.
I am playing every day, but I'm not doing nearly as much stuff as I was.
Yeah.
I just kind of get my money rock, my money spot, see what's in the shops. That's it.
Yeah.
Got it.
I think that's pretty normal for a lot of people. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like people are gonna drop off quick if they don't keep adding events.
Yeah.
But it sounds like they have some stuff planned, at least future looking. So See.
Yeah, I just need to have to keep coming up with projects. When I'm building something, then I get on every day. But once I feel like everything's great in my town,
Yeah,
that's when
Right.
I get bored.
I honestly just want to reset the whole game, but we're not gonna do that because Blake doesn't want to. And he keeps saying, I'm gonna change the whole island. I'm gonna change
Eventually,
it.
I will.
I'm gonna change it. And he hasn't played. I'm like, well,
Well, part of me also is like I don't want to completely reset like all the fish we caught, all the recipes we've got, all of the fossils. We just completed the museum.
right.
You want like a soft reset where the museum and
I just wish
your
we could.
catalog
Yeah.
and that stuff
I just
carries
wish
over.
we could press reset and like the island changes its layout and
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you can
I-
redesign all of this stuff again.
Yeah.
And like come up with a whole different way of thinking about it.
They're gonna add that in the form of a tsunami. It's gonna
Oh,
wash over
God.
your entire island.
Or a hurricane or something.
Yeah.
The news bulletin will be like Isabel like in a panic. Big waves seen off the west
That's-
coast of the
I was
island.
watching the TV last night. Oh my god.
You won't believe what I saw in the news.
I wouldn't actually rule that out. It's not gonna happen, but there's a
You
tiny,
wouldn't rule
tiny
it out,
chance.
okay.
Such a good idea.
Yeah, confirmed. Tsunami coming to Animal Crossing. Just wait for it. So, in other news, there's a bunch of, maybe not a bunch, but some recent and upcoming releases that I think are worth talking about. Xenoblade Chronicles, the definitive edition, is coming out tomorrow as of recording. I've seen some good stuff about that. This was a Switch, not Switch, Wii U port,
A
correct?
Wii.
Um,
I think it's just Wii.
oh, maybe it was. Maybe I'm thinking of Xenoblade X.
X.
Yeah. But regardless, this is
Yeah.
one that I didn't get to pick up, and I always kind of thought about. So maybe this will be the day. Maybe this will be the time. BioShock Collection's coming out tomorrow as well. Those are some big games that have been out on other consoles. First time on a Nintendo console, I believe.
I've heard so many good things about them in the story that I really want to buy it because I feel like the Switch might be the thing that finally makes me actually play it after buying it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that's why these ports are so great.
right. And I don't know about price on this, so I mean, it could be a good deal. I mean, if they're games you've always wanted to play and they're not $60 or something, I mean, why not?
Yeah.
We'll see.
A little bit later on, we've got Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics. That's coming out June 5th.
Plus the piano.
Plus piano. I'm
Pretty-
excited about this one.
Pretty down. We've been playing some online board games, digital board games.
Yep.
We've been playing Catan with Brock on the Switch.
Catan, some Monopoly.
Yeah.
Now
Uh,
another
yeah.
51 more.
Now we can play Connect 4, and it'll be great. Is Connect 4 one of the games?
I think
called?
since you mentioned Catan,
I don't know.
I'm sorry you cut out.
Oh no, go ahead.
Go for it.
Since you mentioned Catan, I feel like we have to spurt off into a short thing about that. Catan is entirely playable on the Nintendo Switch. However, I would not recommend it. So,
It's a little
Yeah.
janky.
Yeah. The way I think, Brock, you described it was like, it looks like a student made it for a project or something. It's playable, but it's kind of rough around the edges.
Yeah.
plus, something's wrong with the dice, and you always get sevens, and the robber comes up like twice as often as it should, based
I
on
think
my
that's
calculations.
I think that's just you. I think it's just you.
Well, I mean, 7 is the most
So, yeah.
common roll on a pair of dice. So.
Interesting.
Anyway,
That's coming out. Pick it up, play it with friends and family. I think that'll be a good one. It's, I mean, it's kind of a strange one because it's virtual board games, and I think people when they think of the Switch, they're like,
Right.
why do I want board games if I'm playing video games? But
I feel like it'll do better, at least during this current like time period, because
Yeah.
everyone's kind of stuck inside
yeah,
and socialization is harder. And I feel like this is an easier way to like play games with someone.
yeah,
And who doesn't love a classic
Definitely.
board game?
And I love that they're kind of pseudo download play that they had from the DS version, where anybody else with the Switch can download a Clubhouse Games app or whatever it's called,
right.
and if you're local with a person with another Switch, they can use that to play the games with you, even if they don't have the full Clubhouse Games.
Right. Yeah.
So for card games and stuff like that, where you have to have your own private hand or whatever,
Right.
that's really helpful.
Yeah, I thought that was smart that they did that. So that's June 5th. Also June 5th is The Outer Worlds. I know that was a big hit on other systems as well. I may check that out. June 24th, Ninjala is coming out. This
What is
one's
that?
been one I've been hearing a lot about. They had a demo thing, but apparently it went really poorly, and not a lot of people were able to play it. I think it was originally going to be released in May, but with all this pandemic stuff, it got pushed to June.
Every
It's-
time I hear the name, I just think of Ninjago, and I immediately hate it.
But yeah, it's the thing about it. I think is it's free to play,
Mm.
so it's I don't know much about it, but I like the art style. It's kind of like a Splatoon-y kind of art style. It just looks like a kind of like a game where you have these different weapons and you go into an arena and you battle against people. You're kind of running around the city, kind of doing ninja moves. You have ninja weapons. You're appearing and disappearing using substitutes, and it gives off Splatoon vibes, but just kind of a different battle system, I guess.
Ooh, there's an emo-looking girl. I would play as her if I wanted to play this game.
So yeah, I mean, I think free to play games are actually could be somewhat successful. They obviously have a different pay model, which it probably is going to have loads of like in-game purchases, but I think if it's free to play and it's at least worth trying, you know.
Yeah, especially when people are trying to save money right now.
Yep.
So,
So yeah, hopefully the launch of that is a little bit less rocky than its beta demo thing, but we'll see.
okay, let me just tell you about this next game coming up, because it is one of my favorite games of all time. Originally, I believe, released on the GameCube, called Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, and this is the remastered edition.
Throwback to
Is this the one
long
that they
age.
released a GameCube controller with a keyboard on it so you could type messages in it?
You know, I don't know.
Okay, never
I
mind.
don't think so. On
I
this
definitely
one.
do not recall that.
That is
function.
definitely a thing.
I don't think there was
Um,
chat in this game.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
But it's like it's this RPG, and it's not turn-based, which I think is great. I always love fighting games that are not turn-based,
Yeah.
unless it's Pokemon, just because it's what I expect. But you get to pick a little character for yourself and trades for them when you first begin.
Like trades as in like professions?
Yeah, you can be like a farmer or fisherman or something, blacksmith. You have 4 races, so you have the Lilties, the Selkies.
Don't ask me.
Some like human race, and one that begins with a Y that like they always wear helmets and they have furry arms and tiny bat wings.
Interesting.
It's been a while since
Yes.
I've played, but some are more suited for like physical combat, some are more suited for magic, but you can use both for all characters, I believe. And you start off in your hometown, and your hometown has this like statue that is fueled by this liquid called myrrh.
Yeah.
And basically what it does is it wards off this poisonous gas, which is called miasma. And you have to go to special trees to collect new myrrh, because every 3 years it has to be replenished, or else the miasma will take over. And so you go through all these dangerous places with your caravan, which usually consists of like either yourself and up to like 4 other people. 3 other people, total of 4. And I really love this game. And the remastered graphics look incredible. I love them.
Incredible. Top notch.
Incredible.
Exquisite.
S tier. Love it.
Moi.
They've added voiceovers for like spells and stuff for characters. So like if you're casting Curaga, it'll say Curaga.
Needed.
It's a nice touch, I guess. Makes your character feel a little more like alive.
Yeah.
Thing. The part I'm really excited about
Is
new customization options, of course.
you can dress your people up like in Animal Crossing
Yeah.
clothes.
So for like if you
Do they have mage booties?
you know what? Yes, they do.
Okay.
They do have mage booties. So originally you only had like 4 options per gender per race. So like if you were a male Lilty,
Yeah.
you only had 4 options of how you could look. This one seems to have a lot more. Excuse me, that was disgusting. So sorry.
Yeah, you sound so sorry about
I'm so terribly sorry.
Can we edit that out?
that. Yeah.
Okay, so you have like more skins and hairstyles and more items to equip. You also have this feature called the Mimic feature. So what you do is you start collecting stamps, or you visit Moogle houses, or you defeat difficult dungeons. And by doing so, you get to collect these things called memory crystals, which you can then change your appearance to mimic that of various characters you meet throughout your journey, which is kind of cool. And then it also says there are new dungeons and bosses. However, I don't know. I think I'm also the only one that's played this game out of the 3 of us, but
Yes.
I didn't really see any new bosses that I could tell, but maybe I just missed something.
Maybe they
But-
didn't want to show them off. Maybe they wanted to keep it a surprise.
Perhaps. But yeah, all the ones that I saw were in the original game. So anyway, I'm just really excited about that. Can't wait for it to come out. I will play the poop out of it.
Well, good.
I love
That's
this
4-player multiplayer online.
I know. I'm so
Play
excited.
with all your friends.
I will. Y'all better get this game, and I will play with you all day, every day
One
until
thing.
school's in session.
Right. One thing that I just saw is that going back to Xenoblade Chronicles, releasing tomorrow, is it has almost 100,000 side quests.
What?
I don't know if that's hyperbole, but yeah.
That's
If
ridiculous.
that's real, that's a lot of game time.
That makes no sense. Has anyone?
I mean, I
completed
I
this?
knew it to be a ridiculously long game, so that jives with what I know.
That's insane.
Has anyone completed this
There's
game?
been people that are obviously insane enough to complete it,
Ugh,
but
that's disgusting. I can't even wrap my brain around that. Like I thought.
But then again, those could also keep going. Sorry, I thought you were stopping.
Oh, I was just gonna say that's. I thought like the Korok seeds were bad enough,
yeah.
not this.
they could also be like counting every Animal Crossing Nook Miles Plus thing as a side quest. So
Yeah.
go kill 3 monsters.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Boom,
Like,
side quest.
Walk 5 feet.
So
Side quest complete.
I suppose.
I doubt it though. I mean, there's probably some substantial amount of gameplay there.
so you're buying it? Is that what I'm hearing?
I may. I don't know. I mean, that sounds like a deterrent for a lot of people, but that's actually kind of enticing for me.
I'll watch you play. I mean, it kind of looks like a game that I would like to play, but also I'm not big on mechs, and I also have a lot of games I'm trying to finish right now.
Yeah, but what
so
about the Monado Blade?
I don't
The
care.
power of Monado.
I don't care. Sorry.
Brock, do you want to drop the bad news to everyone about your beloved game?
Yeah. So, as you might have recalled from our last podcast, I was very excited, or maybe it was 2 podcasts ago, when a game from my childhood reappeared, reimagined, reawakened for the Nintendo Switch. And that was Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer. Unfortunately, because of COVID, I guess, because we're blaming everything on COVID, it was originally supposed to be released May 12th. Now it's supposed to be released sometime.
Thanks, Obama.
It should have already been in your hands. You should have already been playing that.
I know.
Yeah.
And
So
it's
this
only
is definitely not Pod
$15.
Racer. It's only $15?
Yeah. I think I
What?
read that somewhere.
Oh. Well, this is definitely not pod racing, which is a very fast sport, and of course, I don't know where I'm going with this. So the game should be released very fast, is where I'm going with it.
Yeah.
And I'm very sad, and yes, I really hope this doesn't, like, come out at the worst time when some other game comes out, and then it gets forgotten. That's what I'm worried about now.
You want it to relive its former
Not by
glory.
me, by, like, you.
Yes.
How devastated would you be if for some reason it got canceled?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. What if now it's just gone forever?
You know what? I've got my N64 over there, and I can plug it in 5 seconds. I'd be fine. What I really want is to share my love to you.
Confirmed it is $15.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, I'll freaking buy it for you just to have you play
I'll
this
buy
game.
it for everyone. I'll buy it for my
You
entire
get a
building.
pod racer, and you get a pod racer.
Come on. Yeah, just so I can quote the game and you know what I'm talking about. Because so many sound bites from that game are etched into my mind that it's like, it's annoying not to have anybody ever get them.
We just need a soundboard with all the pod racer sounds we can play over the podcast.
Yeah,
What was
I need
that?
like a phone app.
Yeah.
What was that? Bad guy character, like Bulba.
Yeah,
Bulba. Okay, yeah.
he is in the game, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'll play as him.
Who's he, the alien guy?
Yeah, he's the
They're all
one.
aliens.
I mean, he's like Anakin's rival.
He's the fly guy?
The fly guy. I don't
No,
know. He
he's-
looks kind of
He-
crippled.
Who's the guy that
He's very...
Who's the guy that owned Anakin and his mom?
Oh, I don't know what his name is.
Isn't he in it?
He's
Can
not
you
a
trace his
pod
name?
racer.
Yes, so he's like the shop. And
Oh, that's right.
so are we going into this? So the guy that owns Anakin and his mom owns like a junkyard.
Yeah.
And so the cool part of the game is you get to go to his shop and you like buy parts to upgrade your pod.
Right.
And it's really way more in-depth than it should be, and that's why it's great.
I like this customization aspect.
Oh, do you?
Now, it doesn't really change how it looks because this was the N64 and your pod is like 7 triangles.
Of course.
It does not run on Unreal Engine 5. Are we on 5? It cannot do 2 billion triangles. It can only do 2. But
Well, that's for the next
you can get a new catalytic... Yeah. You can get a new, exhaust port, and it makes you go faster, and that's cool.
Okay.
His name's Watto.
Ah, dang it. That should really show off how much I actually like Star Wars compared to how much I like this game.
Right, yes.
Oh, Sebulba. Okay,
Sebulba.
this is Sebulba.
Isn't he like a thin
Oh,
old man,
yes.
basically?
Yeah, kind of. He's like a brown, stringy
He's
guy
got like
who's
long whiskers and he puts his goggles on. I
Yeah.
remember that scene.
his
Yep.
legs don't really work. He walks on his hands.
That's the one.
Yep.
Yep.
So the moral of the story is we're never going to see Sebulba because it's actually going to be canceled, and that'll be next podcast. But
Sad.
Sad. All right. Well, that's delayed. Um, last game we've got that's coming up that piqued our interest was Paper Mario: The Origami King. That is coming out July 7th. Which this one kind of surprised me. Did it surprise you guys?
I don't know. I don't care about
What?
Mario.
this,
I just feel like it came
why
out of
did they
nowhere.
announce it like they did?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying. I was
like-
just like, okay, like I thought they would have released this one like I don't know what the state of like E3 and all that. I don't know what Nintendo is going to do in the summer for trying to show off big games, but I would have expected a big Mario game to be released at some big showing like that.
They probably know this
But-
game sucks.
But I mean, like it's also, I mean, those things usually happen in June, and like a July release maybe was too close to that. Maybe they want like their games to release a certain time out after they announce them or something. I don't know.
I just think it's weird that they had Animal Crossing. We all knew that, and then literally anything. The only thing anybody's ever said about Nintendo this year is there's no games coming out.
Yeah,
And so instead of telling us there was a game that a lot of people care about,
yeah,
they said nothing for 3 months and then dropped a trailer like, "Hey, maybe you care about this."
that's
And now I'm wondering if like Mario Kart 9 is coming in December and
Yeah,
they're going to
exactly.
announce it in January or in
Yeah.
November.
And
Like,
maybe Breath of the Wild
yeah.
2 will be released around holiday time too.
that's just like
What-
I don't know how many games that they're just like sitting on that are just
Yeah.
done. They're just like, oh, flip a switch, put it live.
I just want to hear
Pikmin 4.
That's what I've honestly heard that Pikmin 3 has a port ready.
Mhm.
It's just like it just needs to be flipped on. It's
What is
ready.
Nintendo doing to us? I just want to hear more about Breath of the Wild 2. That's all. I literally cried when it was announced, and I want to know more. It's been over a
Soon.
year.
Soon.
I need to know.
I bet they would have shown off something at like an E3 type thing. Again, I don't know what they're doing this summer. I don't even know what
They better do the biggest direct.
I don't know what
of
the
their
future
life.
of anything looks like right now, but I bet their next
I
big
think the
showing,
one-
they'll show off something.
I think the only thing you can know about Breath of the Wild 2 is that they're not going to do a Metroid Prime 4 and say, actually, we restarted. So
Yeah.
I think
feel
you're
like-
safe
yeah.
from that.
They
They
can't.
can't. They
It's-
have the whole like.
It's too
system.
big. It's too current. Like Metroid has been off the radar for so long that they could just be like, nah.
And they're reusing like a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah, it should be in the
So,
same engine. So
yeah. I just need it to come out. I miss it.
yeah. What'd you guys think about the? Did you guys watch the Paper Mario trailer?
I did, but I don't remember anything.
I
About
did.
Yeah, that's kind of how I am. It's like I'm scared it's gonna be a forgettable game, to be honest.
I mean, that's
because,
why it's being released in July. Nothing interesting comes out in the summer.
like, Color Splash for the Wii U and Sticker Star were honestly not my favorite at all Paper Mario games. And one of the reasons is because of the combat. Sticker Star, you didn't just use your jump and hammer like you did in all the other older ones. You have to use these stickers as moves. It was almost like a card-based thing. So I don't know. And this game has kind of a gimmick of the battle system too, where you're in the middle of a circle, and the enemies are kind of on these discs that go out from the circle, and you can rotate the battlefield around yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like the goal is to align all of the enemies in a line out from you and do like combo moves,
Mm.
like jump on all of them, maybe swing your hammer and do like a shockwave hit all of them.
Mm.
So I don't know. It it concerns me when the combat is like so based in kind of like what I consider kind of a gimmicky thing like that.
Sure. But I think at the same time that's kind of now a part of the Paper Mario series is weird combat. They've obviously
Yes.
shown they don't want to just stick with the turn-based Mario game
Right. And
that original one was
that's the weird
for
thing is
whatever
it's
reason.
because it's like they've taken originally there was Paper Mario which was turn based, and then there was the Mario and Luigi games like Superstar Saga and all of
Right.
those. Superstar Saga has remained turn based, all of those games. And then at some point
Yeah.
Paper Mario split from that and all these wacky combat systems occurred, and I feel like they they made a conscious choice to split the two series off and say, okay, this is our turn-based one, this is our wacky one, just to so they're not stepping on each other's feet with ideas.
Right. Yeah. I've never really been a fan of them because of that
Right.
combat system just being weird. It's not my thing. I
Right.
will say that it was obvious that they've kind of mastered the papercraft, like crafted aesthetic at this point,
Oh
though,
yeah.
because it did look good.
It looks
I'll
very
give them
good.
that.
Yeah. The whole origami aesthetic looks good. It's kind of a neat take on things because I always whenever these Paper Mario games come out, I'm always like what else is there to do with paper? You know, it's like
Right.
when you get to the end of the game, it's like okay, I've seen it all. Like what? How can they make another game? But they continue to innovate in that sense. Yeah, which is cool. So yeah, it's the same. I mean, it's the same kind of storyline as you'd expect in a Mario game. Um, Peach gets captured by an origami dude. Um, you get this other origami kind of sidekick who's going to help you take down the origami bad guy.
Mm.
Bowser gets turned into origami, so all of his minions are kind of against you as well. So I don't know. If you played any of the other Mario and Luigi games or Paper Mario games, it seems like it's nothing new, but maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's kind of back to formula in some sense.
I think reviews will decide whether this sells really well or doesn't. Because, like you, I think a lot of people are weary about the series, even though,
Yeah.
like, it started so well. They
Right.
don't know what to expect anymore.
Yep. So I mean that's really all we know. We don't know a ton about it. It's origami themed. There's some paper mache elements. There's lots of environments that are actually really nice looking, papercraft looking. But yeah, ultimately Mario will be trying to be save Princess Peach, take down the big bad.
The big bad.
The big bad. All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
Not on my end.
I mean, there's a note on here about the Sonic movie prequel. I feel like we have to. Did we ever talk about our impressions of the Sonic movie afterwards?
We didn't end up seeing it. Is why I don't think we ended up talking about it, which is kind of a shame.
What that?
I know.
I know.
I know.
I think were we gonna try and watch it and then things kind of shut down?
No,
Is
that was way before.
Okay.
I
No,
honestly
you
don't know
you
what
guys
happened.
went to the theater. No, that was Pikachu. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, and to clarify,
Let's tell this.
I think I made our notes wrong. It's a sequel, not a prequel.
Thank God, because the first one starts with him as a baby, and I'm not sure I could take baby Sonic the entire time.
So yes, Paramount and Sega have, they've confirmed that there's a sequel to the Sonic movie in the works. So yeah, I'm sure
Okay.
we'll be getting more news on
Video
that.
game movies are
They seem
Video
like
game movies are here to thing.
Yeah, they're getting
Here to stay.
I mean,
Video
Detective
game-
Pikachu, Sonic, what else?
Video game movies over Marvel movies. Please.
That's a hot take for sure.
Please, no more superhero movies.
Sonic is a superhero.
It's a video game. It's not comic books. It's not Marvel or DC.
All right, let's get out of here before
Oh
we
my
upset too
gosh.
many more people. All right, this has been the 33rd episode of the Fourshade Studios podcast. You can catch us on all podcast platforms, Spotify, iTunes, etc. Just search Fourshade. That's Fourshade. That's going to do it for us. We will see you next time. Bye.
Toodaloo.
Good night, Canada.